I just got the results back from my last annual physical, and in the last year I was able to drop my cholesterol almost 50 points, I think like 48 or 49 points, and I am continuing to reverse my osteopenia diagnosis. In this video, I'm going to share with you two things that I implemented. One, specifically to reduce my cholesterol, and I have used that consistently over the past year. And the second thing I started implementing was 2 years ago when I was worried about my osteopenia becoming osteoporosis, and I'm happy to report that that is being reversed, and some areas from my DEXA scanner actually reading normal. So in today's video, like I said, I'm going to share with you the two things that I have done specifically to target these two areas. I am still consistently fasting, as I have been since I was diagnosed with a pre-diabetic condition back in 2015. I'm still exercising. I haven't changed anything in my nutrition. All of those things have been very consistent for me over time. I have just implemented these two new things just to see if they could do what they were advertising to do, and in fact, they have. So today's video is in no way meant to diagnose anyone. It is in no way meant to prescribe anything. I am here to share my own personal experience, my story, and some things that I have done to reverse some of the signs of aging that so many women are either dealing with personally or trying to avoid having to deal with at all. If you're new here, my name is Ann Parham. I am the creator of the online course, The Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman, where I help you incorporate an intermittent fasting lifestyle into your everyday life so that you can look and feel your best and live your most authentic life, and hopefully reverse some of the signs and symptoms of aging that so many of us just don't want to have to manage. So I'm going to share with you some of my lab reports. I'm only going to share with you the significant numbers that really do detail the journey that I have been on over the past couple of years. I'm going to start with my cholesterol and share a little bit of a backstory about me and cholesterol, and share with you the numbers that I had starting in 2017 all the way up until my recent annual physical, which just happened a couple of weeks ago. So high cholesterol is not a foreign thing to me. I have had bouts of high cholesterol pretty much my whole adult life. So cholesterol is one of those things that just seems to pop up in my annual blood work. It goes up and down, and it isn't anything that I or my doctor have been particularly worried about, because we have taken a broad approach to cholesterol with me and looked at a lot of different factors. So one of the things that I really encourage women to do, and I talk a lot about here, is getting a calcium heart score test. And so I did that when my cholesterol started to rise, and I have a calcium heart score test of 0. So that is just one of those indicators that can really help you understand what your cholesterol is doing in your body. And because mine was 0, my doctor didn't really have any concerns about what my cholesterol numbers were. I always have low triglycerides, and then all the rest of my markers are all right on target for where they should be as a healthy 58-year-old postmenopausal woman. So every year when I go to my annual physical and my cholesterol comes back high, they always send me to a cardiologist to have a conversation about it. Once I sit down with the cardiologist and explain to him that I'm fasting, how I choose my food nutritionally, what kind of supplements I'm taking, and I share with them what I do for my overall health and wellness in regards to physical fitness, they're not concerned at all. The last meeting I had with a cardiologist, he basically just said, some people don't metabolize cholesterol well. We'll keep an eye on things and we'll kind of see how things go. But I wanted to do a little experiment and see if I could naturally lower my cholesterol without any medical intervention. Before I get into what I did, I want to share some of my numbers with you so you can kind of see where the history of my cholesterol has been. So 2017, and I'm just going to share with you my total cholesterol. So my total cholesterol in 2017 was 216. 199 or lower is considered normal. Mine was high at 216. In 2020, it went to 209. So 2018, 2019, for some reason, I don't have any cholesterol numbers, but you can see that it went down, still considered high. In 2021, it went up to 235. So that's a pretty significant jump. Then in 2023, my total cholesterol was 247. And in 2024, 199. So the lowest my cholesterol has been since 2017. Like I said, I haven't changed my exercise, I haven't changed my nutrition, I haven't changed my fasting. The only thing that I changed was adding berberine into my daily supplement rotation. Little tip for when you're taking supplements, what I always like to do is write on the top of the cap what the supplement is and how many I'm supposed to take, because all these bottles all tend to look the same. So a little tip right there. So I took 2 every day as directed on the bottle. A lot of people know berberine for a supplement that helps control blood glucose. I wasn't interested in berberine for that reason, because blood glucose for me is not a problem since I intermittent fast, I feast well, and I train smart. So I was really using it for some of the new research that I had stumbled upon saying that berberine is excellent for lowering cholesterol. So I thought, okay, let's take a chance. It's a pretty easy buy-in. So the cost to utilize berberine as a test was pretty easy for me to buy into. It's a very inexpensive supplement. There's really no side effects to it. I take it right before I break my fast. So probably about an hour or so before I break my fast, I have my little supplement container right here. Keep it on the side of my desk. I have it all pre-measured out, and I just pop all my supplements in probably an hour or so before I break my fast. I did that very diligently for an entire year. This is the only thing that I changed in my everyday life and the lifestyle that I've created for myself, and it has significantly made a difference in what it is that I'm doing with my overall care and wanting to reverse some of these things that just pop up as we age. Now, in probably the summer of last year or the fall of last year, I also did start hormone replacement therapy, and I know estrogen is one of those things that can cause women's cholesterol to rise as well. So I did also start with some estradiol patches, and so that could have also had a significant change in what was going on with my cholesterol, but I haven't really been on that long enough, and I haven't been consistent enough, meaning I haven't really found the prescription that works best for me yet. So I'm still leaning on berberine being the thing that saved the day for me with my cholesterol. I will continue to take it, and I'm going to continue to experiment to see if I can lower it even more. So like I said, it's an easy buy-in. You can just order it online. I will go ahead and put a link to where I purchased my berberine. This is not a sponsored video from Thorne, but I am a huge fan of Thorne and have all the supplements that I purchased for myself and my family displayed on the link that I can provide for you guys. And these do come with a 10% discount and free shipping. So easy way to experiment, do a G-Whiz test to see if something like berberine can help you as well. Now, a couple of things that I want to put as a little asterisk if you do start using berberine, especially if you don't have glucose issues that you're trying to manage, because maybe you're fasting long and feasting well and training smart. I did an experiment and took my berberine in the morning, and then I continued to fast throughout that day. And what I noticed is that I got the feeling of like a hypoglycemic episode, meaning I felt like my blood glucose dropped really low. I felt a little shaky, I felt a little lightheaded, and as soon as I ate, that feeling went away. So if you don't have blood glucose issues and you're not going to eat immediately after, I think they say to take this about 30 minutes before you eat. So if you're not going to eat, I highly recommend waiting to take your berberine until you're breaking your fast if you are an intermittent faster. The other thing that I learned about berberine is you don't want to take it before you exercise. So part of the training smart philosophy that we follow here is we use training smart to pull storage out and utilize it as energy. And the storage that we're pulling out is glucose. So we do not want berberine to stop that from happening in our system. And so what I recommend doing is making sure that you don't take this before you exercise. Let your body pull your glucose out. It's not an insulin-induced glucose response. Utilize up the glucose that's in your system. Maybe wait a little while after you exercise, and then use this before you break your fast, so that you don't have any kind of glucose issues going on that you're creating because you're taking something that does just naturally lower your glucose. And then I'm going to put some information down below for you also, so you can just research berberine in general. It is just a fantastic supplement that you can benefit from a lot of different areas, anti-inflammatory properties, all kinds of great things. And so it is one of those things that's really inexpensive, super easy to put in your daily rotation, and you just never know where you might benefit from it as well. Okay, so the second area that I was really wanting to make some progress on was the results that I was getting from my DEXA scan. So again, I'm going to share with you some numbers that I have. So back in 2021, I had a DEXA scan that I didn't like. So 2021, I had a negative 1.8 T-score on the spine area of my DEXA scan, which was L1 through L4. And then I had a hip reading, which they measure your left hip. That was a negative 1.5. I did not want that to get any worse. And so I did some research because my doctor's recommendation was to put me on a prescription. I looked up the prescription. The side effects were not anything that I wanted to have to manage or take a chance with. And so I wanted to take measures into my own hands and see what I could do with reversing this osteopenia and definitely stopping it from going into a full-blown osteoporosis. So like I said, that was 2021. I had a negative 1.8 and a negative 1.5. I just had a DEXA scan 2 weeks ago. The same area, the L1 through L4, that was a negative 1.8 is now a negative 1.0 and is considered normal. So no osteopenia in the spine, L1 through L4, and my left hip is a negative 1.2, which is really close to being normal as well. The negative 1.0 is normal, but it went from a negative 1.5 to a negative 1.2. The thing that I did to reverse this osteopenia condition and at most stop it from going into full-blown osteoporosis is another Thorne supplement. It's called Advanced Bone Support. Within this supplement, there's vitamin D, vitamin B6, folate, vitamin B12, calcium, magnesium, and boron. You take 2 a day. Again, I put it at the top of my cap right there. I take 2 a day. I did this religiously for 2 years. So when I got that negative 1.8, I started to do my research. I found this supplement and started taking it. So I guess it's actually been about I think it's about 2.5 years if you go date to date. And I have been successful at reversing and or stopping any advancement of osteopenia into osteoporosis. Again, this is not a prescription type of video or even a diagnosis type of video. I want to share this because we can actually reverse a lot of the things that are going on with our body with a little bit of research and just taking a chance at finding some things that can possibly work for us, putting it into our system, and just doing all the other things that we need to do to keep our body healthy and strong. I believe that because I've been intermittent fasting since 2016, that my body has been in a place where it has been healed. I talk about this all the time here. There's a process that we go through with fasting. I always say that our body is the one that's in charge here, right? It's going to determine the hierarchy of healing. What is the most important thing that we need to heal first? And when we intermittent fast and we move out of the way of our body, that we stop making the decisions for our body is so intelligent and it knows how to prioritize healing. At 58 years old, postmenopausal now for almost 10 years, I am no longer pre-diabetic. My cholesterol now is in a normal range. My osteopenia is almost non-existent. I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm vibrant, I'm doing all the things that I want to do. So I credit a lot of where I'm at today to the intermittent fasting lifestyle that I have created for myself and the lifestyle that I teach you here on this channel and in the course. I also believe that because I'm not sick and my body is not managing any other problematic areas in my health, that it had an opportunity to really focus on those 2 areas that had popped up as possible problems for me, right? I didn't want my cholesterol to get any higher, even though my doctor was comfortable with where it was. Personally, for me, I just didn't like that number. I also didn't want to be in a place where I was going to be physically limited because of something like osteoporosis. I'm very active. I love to run. I love to do strength training. I love to be active with my family, and I didn't want to become a fragile older lady. And so I was really diligent and really adamant about doing everything that I could to reverse that aging process of my bones becoming brittle, even in menopause. So I hope this video provides some hope for you, and that there are some things out there that we can experiment with that are very easy to get our hands on, that are very inexpensive, and can just become part of our everyday routine. And if every single day we wake up and we can ask ourselves, how long am I going to fast today? How well am I going to feast today? How smart am I going to train today? So that I can have an opportunity to look and feel my best and live my most authentic life. Then the other side of that is going to be happy and healthy. It's a very easy way to live our life. It's a very stress-free way to live our life. And it is a very inexpensive way to live our life because we will be ahead of the aging game. We will have control about how we're aging, and we will have a say in what it is we do with our own health. I am going to put a link in the description box for these two specific supplements that I use to lower my cholesterol by almost 50 points in a year and reverse most of my osteopenia. In some areas I totally reversed it, and within that link you will find some other supplements that I am taking as well. If you have any questions about anything that I shared here with you today, you have any questions about these supplements that I recommended today, or any questions about what I do in my intermittent fasting lifestyle, please leave them in the comment section below. And if you have had a win with your health, if you're intermittent fasting, or you've made some lifestyle changes, or you've added some supplementation into your everyday routine that has helped you reverse some of the signs and symptoms of aging, and you'd like to share that with us, please leave it in the comment section below. It takes a village, right? It takes all of us sharing what it is that we're doing, sharing our wins, sharing some of the things that we're utilizing, so that we as a community can help each other, and so we can stay really motivated about what it is we're doing in our everyday life. Thanks so much for tuning into today's video. Like I said, I hope this gives you some encouragement, maybe some hope, maybe some excitement about adding some new things into your daily routine as well. We should in fact be able to age the way it is we say that we want to age, and we shouldn't have to suffer through it. Hey, if this is exciting information for you and you're saying, heck yes, this is the way I want to live my life, these are the things I want to be able to do for myself, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, so you will be able to stay informed on new content that we're creating here on our channel. If you're interested in jumping into our intermittent fasting for today's aging woman course, where I teach you how to create a lifestyle for yourself so that you can in fact look and feel your best and live your most authentic life, the information for that is included in the description box below. I will also leave a card up here for you to click. We have a new course starting the first Friday of every new month. I would love to have you in class, and more importantly, I would love to have you a graduate of our community.